Eddsworld, an animated comedy web series of flash animations, comics, and games created by Edd Gould that were based on his real friends Tom, Matt, and Tord, where he and his friends would get into weird situations. During Ed's time in secondary school, Ed would draw comics where his friends would be killed and eaten. Ed's school friends would be the cast in what Ed called Eddsworld. Ed claimed that it was likely inspired by Wayne's World. Ed would post his content on Newgrounds and YouTube. He would end up making animations, comics, and games. Even after Ed's passing, a fundraiser was announced in order to fund the production of more episodes of Eddsworld called Eddsworld's Legacy, where Ed's legacy was still continued. In August 2020, Eddsworld Fan Service 2 was uploaded. This was the new era of Eddsworld, dubbed Eddsworld Beyond. So now I will be giving you random and useless information about Eddsworld. Tom's eyes started off as a black line, but later transitioned into empty black sockets, so it would be easier to animate. Ed began drawing at a young age of 5. In 1993/1994. He would also spend his breaks in his school libraries just to draw. Ed met Tord on Newgrounds. Tord liked Ed's animations back then. Tord also helped Ed to provide some comics for his website. In 2003, Ed met Tom on a website called sticksuicide.com. Tom was a fan of Ed's stick animation and started sending fan art to Ed. Matt and Ed became friends in school when his original friend, David Berry, left the school and Matt was a new student. Tord left the Ed crew back in 2008, and the reason why he did is because he wanted to pursue his own ambitions and he didn't like the attention that the fangirls were giving him, but Tord and Ed still kept in touch with each other. Ed has been on the BBC network twice. Yes, the Big Black Cock production. He was on the news because of his short cartoon on climate change, and the second time he was on the BBC was because of an animated sketch that he made about the issues of cars not being transformed into big giant robots, but this clip was privated. The Eddsworld fan movie was a fan movie adaptation of Eddsworld, created by Edd Gould. The movie was being directed, co-produced, and co-written by Mark, originally intended to be released for the 10th anniversary in 2014, but in September 12, 2020, the movie got cancelled. The Eddsworld DVD. The Eddsworld DVD was a DVD, if you couldn't guess, that was made by Ed and Tom Ridgewell. They made a limited Eddsworld DVD to be released at the UK Mini and Web Comics Convention in 2009. In 2015, after Ed passed away, there was going to be another DVD released, but it got cancelled due to it costing a lot of money. In 2005, Ed collaborated with Tord to make an episode titled The Dude Next Door. Shortly after The Dude Next Door was released, Ed went offline from the internet all of a sudden, and it seems it was because Tom and Tord do not like each other. The reason Tom hates Christmas is because he is a Jehovah's Witness. He always tries to kill Santa Claus on Christmas Day, but his attempts were never successful. Ed actually has more than 2 channels on YouTube. Edomation was Ed's channel that he used for his university, where he made things for his university, and his other channel, Sliced Sandwiches, where it looked like he would just make whatever videos he wanted with his friends. Ed has 1 sister and 2 brothers. His sister, Vicky, voiced a female version of himself in Mirror Mirror. Also works as an artist, actress, musician, and thespian. His brother, George, is a teacher, and his other brother, James, is a musician. He plays the guitar. Ed owned a cat named Tequila Santa Claus. Santa Claus was a Christmas-themed villain. He was in Eddsworld's Christmas Santa Claus, uploaded on December 21st, 2007 as a Christmas special. Santa's favorite Eddsworld character is Tord. Once Ed and Matt went on vacation in Devon at a beach, and they had written the script for an episode while being on their holiday. Ed made an animated series featuring a Stickman figure called Bendy Stickman, who goes through wacky adventures to defeat his arch nemesis, Dr. DeCappy. Dr. DeCappy made an appearance in Eddsworld Christmas special. Dr. DeCappy got shot in the head with an AK-47. Terrorists win. Once Ed joined Neopets, he created a website on there called Ed's Killathon. After some threats, the admins removed Ed for having a violent title. Well, thank you for listening to me give you useless information about Eddsworld. It is really sad to see such a creative and talented person like Ed go so soon. But anyways, this is the end of the video, and goodbye.